Hey, thank you very, very, very much. Thank you for coming out tonight. Real quick, that was Whisper Not, written by Benny Golson, who was one of Duke Ellington's favorite arrangers for his band. He loved using Benny Golson's music, and there's a lot of great ones out there. That one featured solos from Nick Taylor on trumpet. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. Jordan Britt on alto, Jonathan Durham on tenor, Lacey Natale on flute, and a short one, piano, by Caroline Lehman. Did I miss anybody? They say no. So, how about another hand for our soloist? Every year we try to go to the Essentially Ellington Jazz Festival in Chapel Hill, and when we go to that, we're required to do 3 pieces. We have to do a swing tune, we have to do a ballad, and we have to do a piece that I get to choose. One of the pieces has to be off the Essentially Ellington library. So this year, that was the piece that I chose when we went to the Essentially Ellington Festival back in February. So that was the piece that we did. The next piece we're going to do for you is a piece that I just recently handed out to our band, but it's a fun piece to do. We enjoy playing this one. This is Jumpin' at the Woodside. Thank you once again. Real quick, all the soloists in that one. Chandler on trumpet, Chandler Allen. Jonathan Durham once again on tenor saxophone. Caroline Lehman on piano. Eli Teague on trombone. And Jack Tierney on the bass. Big hand for all of our soloists. All right, we're going to continue doing this. Our students asked me a while back, they made a request. And usually I don't do special requests. Actually, they know that's not true. I try to honor special requests, but this one I said, this is going to be fun. This will be a fun piece to do. So, and I said, we're going to kind of combine it. So we're going to take you very briefly to Disney's Pixar's. We're going to take you to Pixar movies for just a moment, just for a couple of songs. So we're going to do for you first the theme from Monsters, Inc. And it goes fast. Okay, it starts and then it'll be over. Don't blink because it'll be done. It's a short tune. It's Monsters, Inc. And then we're going to follow it up with You've Got a Friend in Me. And before we do You've Got a Friend in Me, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our soloist, Jonathan Durham. I keep saying your name, man. This on purpose now. But Jonathan's not going to be playing tenor saxophone on that song. He's going to be singing for you. So we'll look forward to hearing that in just a few minutes. So here is our little salute to Pixar. And this was a hard choice for me because those of you who know me know that I don't like Disney stuff at all. That was facetiousness. Yeah, everybody's sitting there going, aren't you the guy who went? Somebody out there is going, I thought Mr. Medlin went to Disney World on a whim over spring break. Yeah. So this is our salute to Pixar. Monsters, Inc., You've Got a Friend. Thank you, thank you. Real quick, soloist on that tune, Jordan Brett on alto sax, Eli Teague on trombone, and Caroline Lehman again on piano. So we're going to go ahead and do You've Got a Friend in Me while Jonathan's getting himself set up. And after we do this, I'm going to bring up Mr. Rusty Allen. He's going to talk to you a few minutes. We're going to take a short intermission and allow you to get some of those delicious desserts. Because I know some of you, not all of you, but I know a few of you came here because you said we want sweets. So we're going to give you that opportunity to get that. First of all, You've Got a Friend in Me. How about another hand for Jonathan on those vocals? Thank you very much. And there he is. I'm going to let Mr. Allen speak to you. Mr. Allen is our outgoing Booster Club president. All right. I don't know what you guys ate for dessert, but the piece of cake I had was awesome. So feel free during the program, if you want to go grab another piece of cake or another drink or another cup of coffee, feel free to. We're laid back here, kind of relaxed. That's why I got the neat round tables out here so you can get to know folks around you. All that fun stuff. We're going to go ahead and continue with our program. The next piece we're going to do for you, I told you earlier about Essentially Ellington Festival, and I told you we always have to do a swing piece, we have to do a ballad, and then I get to choose my other piece. The ballad is always a problem for me. I always struggle. I'm like, what am I going to do for my ballad? I know last year our ballad was not really a ballad. It was slower than fast songs, but it wasn't really a ballady type piece. And so I'm looking for a ballad, and I found this particular song that we're getting ready to play. And I'm going to ask all of our folks in the audience, anyone familiar with Pat Metheny? Of the Pat Metheny group. I see a few hands. He was actually very popular back in the 70s, but he was not a disco guy. He was not a rock and roll type guy. He sort of did fusion jazz, but he did a lot of very popular music. And when I'd heard his name, but I wasn't really very familiar with him, and I found this piece, and I said, what a cool piece of music to do. And our students fell in love with it, and this is the ballad that we did in Centrally Ellington. So this is from the Pat Metheny group, and this is Afternoon. piece to listen to, fun piece to direct. Solos from Chandler Allen on flugelhorn and from Jordan Britt on alto sax. Give them a hand. Let's see. All right, we're just going to have fun with this next song. I'm not going to introduce it because we've actually done it before. And my band student said, "Can we do this one? We really want to do this one." And I said, "Okay, we can do this one." So, Sambiando. All right, soloist in that, Jonathan Durham, again on tenor saxophone. I think that was the only one in that song. Okay, good. Just always making sure. I don't want to leave anybody out. Speaking of leaving people out, I want to take just a moment just to introduce you to our group before we do our final two numbers. And you see on your program, I've tried to put down their graduation years for every one of them. So I'm just going to go very, very quickly, starting here. One of our newer members this year on tenor saxophone, Campbell Griffin. Give her a hand. And Campbell is a sophomore here at Wake. Beside her, you've heard him already tonight, Jonathan Durham, also on tenor saxophone, also a sophomore. And he sings too. I don't know if you knew that. But anyway, moving on. Beside Jonathan on alto saxophone, Jordan Britt, a junior this year. And a second alto saxophone beside him is Harrison Burlew, also a junior. And making our way down, third alto saxophone down there is Mr. Kason Parrish. He is an 8th grader this year. Yes, we have high school and middle school students in our band this year. And down on the very end, in the red hair playing the flute, Lacey Natale, a 7th grader. And that is all of our reed players. Let's move back to the second row. On trombone, we have a pair of juniors playing for us. You've heard them tonight, Eli Teague. And then beside him, Tyler Smith. Give him a hand. And then filling out the back row, standing up on those risers, they're not really that tall, is our trumpet section. Starting on the end, Nicholas Taylor is a freshman this year. Beside him, Chandler Allen, our only senior. Give him a hand. So that means all of these kids will be back next year. We hope and pray. Yes. So, beside him, Lauren Enns is a freshman. Beside her, an 8th grader, Olivia Luback. And then finally down on the end, another newcomer to our jazz band this year, Brenner Parks, who is also an 8th grader. And then finally, back to our rhythm section. I skipped over them on purpose because I knew I was coming back to them. Right here, right on the second row, but not really a part of the trombone section, but maybe in spirit, I don't know. Our bass player, Jack Tierney, Jr. Jack is a junior at Wake Christian. I'm actually going to skip over to this side. She kind of hides out over here. This is Caroline Lehman. She's in 8th grade, and she is on our piano, and she has been playing. I've heard her several times tonight. And then finally, back on the drums, Mr. Elliot Luback, a junior here at Wake Christian. You heard me say a lot of juniors, so next year I'll have a lot of seniors, but we'll move on. We'll be fine. Life will be good. Life will be good. All right. So that is our jazz band. We are called Gideon's Line, and I took that out of the scriptures, where when Gideon was called upon, he was called upon to blow his trumpet, and the walls would come down. And so it just kind of made me think to myself several years ago when Mr. Woods and I were talking, he's like, well, what are you going to call the group? I said, we're just going to call ourselves Gideon's Line, because a lot of times that's a great example in the scriptures where you find someone, the last line of defense, and he's holding a trumpet. So I just thought that was really, really cool and appropriate. So we are Gideon's Line. We have 2 other pieces to do for you, and since I brought up scriptures, the next song we're going to do is an arrangement of one of those beautiful hymns, Amazing Grace. This is called How Sweet the Sound. If you're expecting the Amazing Grace you heard when you were a kid, maybe not. It's a little different, but we have fun with it. Another hand for our soloist on alto saxophone, Jordan Britt. All right, again, I want to thank you guys so very much for coming out tonight and enjoying. I hope you've enjoyed this music. I know I've enjoyed